Ok. Creo que ya estamos grabando. Vamos a estar segura. Ya estamos grabando. Bueno, aquí estamos grabando con la señorita Rosa Álvarez y Elizabeth Pérez. Y estamos hablando hoy de Kvcore. Y como le estábamos diciendo, esto que estamos viendo se llama el dashboard. Y del dashboard, Rosa, una cosa, te estoy hablando en español porque estábamos hablando en español,
Sí,
pero
sí.
¿cuál tú prefieres, español o inglés?
It's the same to me. So
It's the
if you
same.
want to continue in English, that's okay.
Okay. So it's basically anything that you want to do for Kvcore, pretty much you can find it here in the dashboard. Why? You have a little thing up here that says quick action. If you click on quick action, you can add a contact, you can make a call, you can put notes, task, send an email, create a transaction, which this is what the new form simplicity is. It's transaction desk, but you can do it from here. This is one of the places you can start a transaction, okay? You can do a blog. A blog is basically, I know that you know what a blog is, but you know.
I had a blog, not related to real estate, but I had one.
You had a blog.
Ago.
Well, there you are. So that is something. Then in KAIS, we have a system. Florida Homestead Check is a program that KAIS has that works with the company. That's what they're called, Florida Homestead Check. And they will check to see if your homestead you could get a better, your taxes are properly done, if they should be better, less taxes. And in the future, when you're going to, a client of yours is going to sell and they want to make sure that they move their affordability taxes, move to the other house, because maybe the house that they're selling now is a more expensive house, or then it might not be worth it. But if it's a less expensive house, then it might be worth moving those taxes to the new house that they're moving into. So these people, they charge $125 and they will do an analysis for your client. And a lot of times it saves them much more than the $125. Okay. So that is what that is. Then here you have access to form simplicity. This is really for the admin, not for us. This is for the admin, like for Sureya to go in. KAIS Learning Library. Anything you want to learn, you just click here and it takes you to the portal, which is also down here. You see where it says Learning Portal? It's also down here. So that is what this program has, that you're not married to one area. You can find things in many places, but the easiest is this quick action. You can find a lot of things. Logos. A lot of people always are, where are the logos for the KAIS? This will take you to the logos, the size, the color that you can use, how many. There's different colors and different tones of logos. If you're doing commercial, there's another logo. If you're doing residential, if you're doing luxury, there's different logos that you can use, and this will tell you. If you want to have a shirt done with your logo and your name and the colors that you have to use for KAIS, that will provide you that information also. Then you have the marketing library. This is wonderful. Marketing library has a lot of little memes that you can go ahead and put in Facebook, you can put in Instagram, you can put in all these places that already have KAIS information, and it's already done for you. So you don't have to, you don't have to start doing the creating something. It's already there. It's they have things for mortgage, they have things for title. So if you're trying to say, we have a team that has everything. We have title, we have mortgage, we have insurance. We're a full service system that will be provided there for you. Then you have the Kai's mortgage, which again is more information. If you need to get contacted with our representative is Melissa Lopez, and she's wonderful. She's the best thing I think that the mortgage company has.
Okay.
She's wonderful. And it has a lot of information there too. Then you have the Kai's shop. Actually, we have a store that you can buy, pens, and you can buy all sorts of things that has a label for Kai's already at a discounted pricing. So it's very good. You can buy, what else there? Like folders that have, like, if you want to do a nice presentation, you can buy folders there also. Kai's Title, there in Kai's Title, you can actually, there's an area in Kai's Title that if you want to know what the expenses of a property is going to be, the closing for the property, you can go there, fill in the information about the property. The only thing it will not have is on the seller side, it will not have the commission. So you have to add the commission to it. And I think it doesn't have the appraisal or the inspection amounts, but still it has a lot of the other information. So that's another thing. Then you know that in your hire sheet, it has something about your email with Kai's.
Yes.
Email with Kai's, you find it here. Office 365. You just click in. It's going to ask you to put in the password that she gave you and the email that she gave you, which I believe it's the same email. Yes. And then you'll have all your emails and all the information that Kai's sends to us regarding events, classes, all of that is going to go there. They're not going to send it to your personal account. They're not going to send it anywhere else but there. So anything you want, if you use a personal account, you can actually use it, but you have to always come back to Office 365 to check your emails, because if not, you will not know what's happening with Kai's. I'm telling you from my own, because I use my Eperezhomes, and then, I always forget to go back there and I go, oh my God, I missed this wonderful class. So I have to.
No, I'm already using it. Actually, I joined through that one, through the.
Perfect. Good. And then you have here, down here, you have what is called the outgoing submission for referrals. So if you're sending a referral out in another state, in the same state, but in another county or whatever, that's what you have to use. There is a charge for referrals from our company. They charge, I believe it's 10%, because then they follow up, they check, they look for, if you don't have somebody, let's say you have a client that's moving to, I don't know, to, let's say, Washington, and you don't have anybody there, they will look for an agent from our referral partners that will work with that person. And then they will follow through, and all the paperwork and everything is done through there. Okay? So that right there, you have all of those items that if you're in a pickle and you don't remember where to go, this is the easiest way to do it. Okay. Now, one of the other things that you need to start is where you see where my name is, Elizabeth L. Perez. You click on that little down button and you go to where it says My Profile. Okay. And when you go to My Profile, it should have at least your name there. I don't know if your picture is there already or not.
No, I have to take a picture, but I have to do my hair first.
I know, it's so hard right now. Look at me, I'm like, ah!
Yeah, so we are not going to the hairdresser, so imagine.
I actually, from this picture, this picture was about, I think, 4 years ago. And actually, I had the same color, but my hair, when I have either light, I'm outside, or there's different light, it will take the color of the light, because I have gray.
It looks wonderful. It looks beautiful. An original, very original.
Yeah, but here it got a little bit, I still had a little, it was 4 years ago, so I still had more brown. So when they took the picture, it looks like I had red hair. And I'm like, I love it, leave it, it's great.
Yes.
I didn't have to go to their beauty salon or anything. So, I mean, it just comes out, you know, much darker when the and especially, like I said, I was 4 years ago, so my hair was a little bit darker, but I haven't done any, I never painted my hair. I only highlighted my hair. And there's been almost, I think it's 6 years that I don't put anything on my hair. It's just natural, you know.
Wow.
And I mean, there's some good days and there's some, today is a very bad day because I started it at 8 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't even wash my hair this morning. So it's a mess. But, you know, that's life. So when you're here, when you're here in this profile, you go to where that little button that says edit, you click on that little button. And then when you have your picture, you will just go see that it says drag image here or click. And then when you click, it goes into your accounts. So you click and you see it goes into your system. And then you can grab a picture from there and then you just put it in there and that's it. Then you have to make sure your name is right, that you know, if there's any specific titles, you need to have your MLS license, you know, your license number. You need to have your NERD number, the National Realtor Association number. You also need to have that, because if not, the website won't work. So you need this. If you don't have a picture, if you don't have your license, and if you have your NAR, you will not have a website. So if you have a picture that is not, you know, 20 years ago, if you have something that a couple of years ago, until you get your new one, you know, I would say grab that one and use it.
Okay. The only reason I haven't used it is because I'm not wearing a jacket, but it doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter. There's people that have just a you know, if it's a dress, if it's
yeah, it's just a red blouse
that's good.
Looks pretty, but
a red blouse is perfect. That's attractive. That's good. That's good. That's perfect. So do not put the picture because of that. It's better to put it. I mean, it's like I said, I mean, this picture is 4 years old. I haven't had the time. I was going to do a new picture because I like to change it every 3 years because we kind of change everything.
Do you have any place where you do professional pictures?
Yeah, it's called professional. Oh my God. I'll send you the information. I have it. And it's in Wynwood, and they do it. I don't know if they are already doing that or not, but they work very well. And normally they used to even do, you paid and they did the hair right then and there so that the hair is nicely done. You just have to go with your hair clean, you know, and they put the little rollers, hot rollers, and they you know, fix it up. They paint, they do the makeup, and you know, they charge for that, but it's better because it's done immediately and it's done how they think should be best for you, you know. Because not for you, for the picture, you know, because I normally so that's what they do. And I'll send you that information. Then the other items that you need to have is your phone number, your cell number, and then Kai's has something called a smart number. The smart number is basically like a Google number. It's basically what it is, but it's connected to Kai's. So if you have a Google number, it won't be connected to Kai's. So this phone, are you okay?
Yes.
You need to take that? No, because I know you're working, so if you need to
take but I mean, I will call them back.
Okay. So
it's not my boss.
This Kai's number, it costs $5 a month, and it's worth it. For $5, you have an additional number.
So is that the work phone that you showed there?
That would be like a work phone. Yes, that's what I would use as the work phone. And the work phone and the direct line. And what happens is, if you can't pick up, the system picks up, records the voice of the person, and then you can go back to your smart CRM and listen to the recording. So it
Okay.
works very well. I highly recommend it. And it's only $5 a month. It's worth it. Then here,
Okay, send me the link for that one too,
well,
just
I'm going
in
to show
case.
you. I mean,
Okay.
we only have 30 minutes more because then I have another student. But I'm going to show you where it is and how you can already order it as we're speaking. You can already order it if you want. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Then here, of course, you fill out all of this. Your email. If you have another email that you want, you can use the Kai's email, or you can use another email that you want. And then here you're going to have your website. If you have another website, because some people have two websites. I used to have another website, cancel it because too much expenses right now with COVID, so I canceled that one. Then here we can put, you can click and you can put Melissa Lopez is your lender. So
Mhm.
anything that comes in, Melissa can go ahead and send information. These are just my accreditation, all the classes and all the subspecialties that I have in real estate. I have them there. You can add that in the future when you do classes. Then the Facebook, your Facebook accounts, your Twitter account, your LinkedIn account, your YouTube account, your Pinterest account, your Instagram account, your license number, what position you have. Like in your case, you're a real estate sales agent. I'm a broker, so that's why I put
Mhm.
I'm a broker. And then here, any languages as you speak. If you speak more than one language, please, even if it's a little. I speak a little bit of Italian. I didn't put it now because I haven't really been speaking anything because I've been traveling. So as soon as you stop speaking it, you forget about it.
Yeah.
But before I had that, then you put your story. This was written for me because I'm very bad at praising
Oh, you
myself.
were born in Cuba, Elizabeth.
Yes, I was.
Wow. Okay. So
So, huh?
I'm from Havana. I don't
Oh,
know.
you are.
I suppose you came long ago. Another day we talk about that.
Yeah, I came when I was 2 years old in a
Wow.
boat escaping from the
Wow.
militia because all my family was part of the anti-communists and we were all going to be killed. So we left.
Well, you were lucky.
Yeah, yeah, we left early. We left early.
Mm-hmm.
So we left uncles and family there that were tortured, and it's a terrible thing.
Wow.
But
Okay.
yeah, but they're all in heaven now. You know, it's sad.
Yeah.
The company will make a little, when you have a picture, they will make a little thing. I did this one myself because I'm a weirdo. I like things a little different than the rest. So I made this one myself. But they will do something for you. And if we can't get to that today, we'll get it as soon as you have a picture, then we can do it. Okay.
Okay.
And I'll show
Mm-hmm.
you how to put it in. If you already have something that you like, and the only thing you have to add is your, if you have like a card that says Kai's and all this, and you want to copy that, you can also do that. But
Okay.
I would say a picture, especially in residential, is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you have additional titles, if you have an MBA, if you have, any educational title that you have, use it. I mean, if you're a teacher, if you, whatever you have, and you have a
No, I
title.
have a bachelor's in English. It doesn't sound attractive for
But I mean,
for.
if you have a bachelor, you can put your BS on there, and that's fine too. Then
Uh-huh.
any credentials, any information, any background more. I mean, you can spend your life writing things. I stopped because I already have enough. just with my bio, it's more than enough.
Uh-huh.
But if there's things that you think would be interesting and might bring, when somebody's looking at your, because all of this goes into your website. If somebody sees something, maybe a school that you went, even if it was in Havana, a
Mm-hmm.
school that you went, and people know that school,
Mm-hmm.
know something about that place, I would put that. If you lived in different places, different
Mm-hmm.
countries, I would put that. My background. This is my second career, and that I'm starting in real estate, but my background is blah, 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 blah.
Okay, that's a
Here,
good
for,
idea. I
yeah,
haven't written anything because I didn't know.
yeah, for
It
example,
is
right here
not
where it says
related, I
background,
didn't.
I have to fill this in because I'm actually, before this, I have an associate. I married very, 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 very young. And I just had finished my associate by age 18. And I married when I was 19. And I've been married with the same man for 41 years.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow,
And
that's great.
besides the associate, I did culinary arts. So I'm an apprentice chef. And then I had a business for 15 years for billing system
Wow.
for medical billing. So, I have to put that because I know that there's people, this is something that they added a couple of months back, the background, which I have to fill out because it is important. People like to see that. Then if you take
Yes.
any classes, anything that people might see that is important, that is also, I did a whole bunch of psychology courses and stuff like that. So I put all these things in there so that people could relate to me, and then also like here in experiences, I've traveled over 100 and something countries. So I need to put that in there. So the same, if you traveled, if you lived different places, if you were, how you say you have an English degree and you were,
Yes.
maybe you were,
And
a
I
teacher.
did have a small business in Spain because
Oh,
I
that's
lived
very
there for
important.
8 years.
That's
But
very
it
important.
was a school of languages. But
That's
anyway, I
great.
have to put
That's
it in there.
great. That is actually, you want to put that. You want to put that, your experience with the Spanish country, Spain, and where you lived, but you have to make it interesting, enticing.
Yes.
When I lived in Spain, when being with many people from, so then you speak several languages then, correct?
I mean, I speak Spanish and English and then a little bit of French. What
French,
happens is
okay.
that my
So
French is very rusty, but
rusty, I know, like my Italian. So those type of things you have to put, and why? Because somebody might be looking agents that have lived in Spain. You never know, and boop,
yeah.
you pop up. You see what I mean? So that is very important. Okay. Any additional, like, I have been volunteering many years. I volunteered with Big Brothers Big Sister. I volunteered with oh my God, in Illinois. I mean, it was schools, it was high schools, it was hospitals, it was all these things. I haven't put that because it's been a while, but I should put community involvement. Right now, I'm not involved in anything with this COVID. I had planned to start. I wanted to start in this high school, helping kids, teaching how to cook. I had talked to several people, but finally we never came to an agreement. But then now COVID, I'm not going to do that. I have to.
Yes.
I'm 61, so and my husband is 70. We can't be. It's a
Of
little
course not.
risky. It's a little risky. So
Yeah.
after you do all of that, remember, save. Because if you don't save after all that work, it will go bye-bye. Okay, so that is one of the most important things. Then the other very, very, very important thing, before you put any people in your account, or it doesn't matter if you have already put people in your account, you go where it says settings on your right, and you see where it says lead privacy. Lead privacy. Lead privacy, you turn those on. Why? Because anything that you put in there that is yours, that is your friends, your clients, your prospects, your leads, if they were given, if they came from you and you uploaded them, or even the company uploaded it for you, but you gave them that information, your information is private and nobody could see it. Okay. So a lot of CRMs do not have that. the Kai's company knew that that's one of the things that we wanted as agents. We didn't feel comfortable because sometimes you would lead an office and the office wouldn't let you keep your information, and they would keep it. So with this, you can delete it before something happens, you're moving to Spain again, and you want to take all your information, you go in, you delete everything from here, and that's it. And Kai's doesn't have it because it's been private all the time.
Okay.
Okay. If
Mm-hmm.
you're going on vacation, you can put it so it rotates. If there's somebody, you say, well, I'm going to leave everything to Elizabeth because I'm going to go to vacation to Spain, and Elizabeth is going to take care of all my clients. So then you would put on vacation, and then you would put place out of rotation because you don't want it just anybody. You just want Elizabeth. So then you put on vacation, and then you would let your manager know, hey, Elizabeth is taking all my calls. So that's how it's done in the future. Okay. Then here it's just daily call creation. This is to remind you. This is like a reminder. Hey, you need to call prospects, blah, blah, blah. This is a way of reminding you. So you can do that. And then here, reminders for the New Year, Independence Day, reminding you what days are holidays. So that is also there, another reminder for you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you finish everything, you put save. Okay. Then here we have more actions: send email, change the password. So later when you have already filled out everything, I would recommend to change passwords. And then you can just go in here and change the passwords. Okay. What else? We have, we're going to go out of here and we're going to go to the dashboard. In the dashboard, you're going to click the dashboard. It takes you back to the original page. In the dashboard, we have something that is called, remember the reminders that I was talking to you about? This here that says today's summary, and I have one call that I need to make. That is where it's going to appear. Those are the reminders. Then remember that company announcements, they have a little thing here that tells you what different things, in case you forgot to go to your email, they have reminders here of what classes they're going to have, but sometimes not all of them are there. So I like to always go to the email to make sure I'm not missing anything. Again, here, this is something that I would recommend you to do in the next, as soon as you can. Current courses, agent success plan. If you do the agent success plan, you go in there and it has a whole bunch of classes that you have to take. They're either by video or they are little snippets that you can learn. And then also here, live training, it will tell you when the live trainings are. Okay. So this is very, 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 very important. Then there is the app. This, if you click here and you put your mobile information, see, it will send you to Google Play, and it will tell you how you can get your app in your phone so that you could have this same thing in your phone. So you don't have to be in front of a computer. You're someplace else and you could be doing everything you're doing here, but via your phone. Okay? All right. So let's go back to the dashboard. Then you go to My Business. My Business is where additional information is. Now, remember we have Quick Action? Quick Action is the same, but a little...
Sorry, that's my granddaughter.
Oh, that's fine. Not a problem. Quick Action is additional information. For example, we have marketing with AdWords. That's a marketing company that you can do marketing with. I don't advise that yet because you haven't even put your clients in. You need to do that. Agent mailing is more marketing. Business plan, yes, you need to go into the business plan, read it. Carlos gave a presentation the other day. Read, and start thinking of what you want to do for your business plan. That's something. And then after you have worked worked at it a little bit, then we can work on it another day, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Buy side, we're gonna work on that, but still, you can go in there and buy side. Buy side is one of those things that a lot of people use to get clients. Buy side is free. It's not, you don't have to pay for anything. And what buy side does is you click it and then you're going to see that there's a little, they have videos and everything of how it works, but this is the way of getting information on somebody that calls you and say, hey, Rosa, I might sell my house, or Rosa, what does the market say my house is worth? This is the
Okay.
easy way of doing it.
Mm.
Okay, this is
Mm.
very easy. You go in on buy side. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because it's really long, but you go where it says, here where it says, hold on, come on, marketing suite. Okay, I have the little address bar in front of it. Okay, marketing suite, where it says marketing, you go to
Uh-huh.
marketing suite. Okay, and in there, you see this is your website. This is how the website is going to look. So I'm going to
Okay.
click on preview my website. But again, this is why you need the picture, because if you don't have the picture, then we can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you see what it says, what is your home worth, right? So then you would put the address, let's say 600 Northeast 27th Street. Okay, oops. So let's say I go to right here to this one, and it's going to do a little loading. And right after that, it will give me, this is a condo, so it should have given me more information, but you see it found 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,547. And this is the appraisal, which is very low because these properties are more in the 800. So that is Zillow and appraisal.com, but there was one property that sold. The gentleman just couldn't keep it during COVID, and he sold it like really, 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 really inexpensively. So that's why it's giving that price, but the
Mm-hmm.
prices are not normally that. So that's why you need to know the market, you need to know the information on the properties. But it
Okay.
will give you an idea of how many people are looking in the last 90 days for this type of property. It'll give you how many buyers are talking to realtors in the Kai's company about a
Mm-hmm.
property like this in this price range.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you have the listing, you can call those realtors and say, hey, I have a listing right now if you're interested. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So, and this would go to your client and you say, look, there's about 83 people that are looking for a property like this. Okay. So like the quick version of
Mm-hmm.
the most important thing of buyer side. Okay. Which is buy side, buy side. Okay, and then when you have listings, you have something called the core listing machine, which what will it do, if you go and you take pictures, you have a professional photographer take pictures. When you put those pictures into the new listing, core listing machine will grab everything and will create a website for your listing, will create a YouTube for your listing, will create a whole bunch of other things. I mean, there's so
Right.
many things.
Mm-hmm.
They will create little cards, they will create a flyer. You don't have to do anything. All of that is done, and that doesn't cost for you. Normally that
Mm-hmm.
costs on a monthly basis like $100. That is provided by Kai's also. So one of the things people say, well, people out there are working for companies that have 100% commission. Well, it's not true. They charge you up.
I know. I was approached by several of those, and it didn't
Yeah,
sound right. I
right,
knew
exactly.
those.
It's not real.
Yeah.
It's not real.
Mm-hmm.
So then here, DNC list. For example, you heard a lot about DNC is do not call list. So
Mm-hmm.
if somebody tells you, gives you a phone number, and you want to check it, you can check it through that. You just click there, put the phone number, and it'll tell you if it is or if it isn't. Okay. Form Simplicity, you can go to Form Simplicity directly from here, which is the form that we're using right now, but it's not the form we're going to be using in the future. So here in the Form Simplicity, you can see all the listings that I've had, all the closings. My whole story is in here, okay? Everything about my clients, everything. So that is the benefit of having it. You don't even have to go to the Kai's company, I mean to the realtor.com, because you had, if you're doing a an actual contract, you can just go through Form Simplicity, and the transaction desk is going to be the same. So all of these, I'm not going to go through all of them. I would advise you to just go and look and read, and then as we continue these classes on a weekly basis, we will go through a couple of them in more in depth. I just wanted to give you a good idea of what we have. If you need signs, we have the Oakley signs. If you need a tenant screening, you know, you have somebody that wants to rent a property, but you have to find out, because Carlos has said we are responsible for those tenants. They have to go and have a tenant screening at $53, and they do a tenant screening, and it will tell you if this person is good to rent or not, automatically. And it takes 1 day. It's wonderful. If you want to have the quote for HUD, for how much it's going to be for the person to buy a property, you have the title quote in HUD. You just click there. There's a Wake Up Money consumer brochure, which has a whole bunch of information about how to invest in real estate, and how much we can see to the future of how to explain to a person why it is so important to buy real estate, because real estate can increment 3 to 5. Like this year, real estate has incremented almost 20%, but the normal average is anywhere from 3 to 5%. But that is a very, very, very safe way of owning and making your money work. These are also additional. Savvy is basically that, like the program I Buy from Zillow. Savvy is the same type of thing that Kai's has also. So as I said, you have everything here, and you can look, you can click, you don't have a problem. Sometimes if you click and it says that it's not working, the only thing you have to do is you send an email to Liz, not me. There's 2 Elizabeths in the Kai's company.
Okay.
I am Elizabeth. And then the person that fixes all these problems is Liz, Liz Perez.
Okay.
And she is at Kais.com. So never Elizabeth, it's not me. It's her. She's the one that can fix all these problems, okay? Now, the other item I wanted to show you before we leave, CRM, this is, remember I said from here, you can add a contact, but you can also go to CRM and add a contact. You can also look for a listing right here. You just click it, and you can put the, if you have the address, you can put the address, and you can go and look at a listing. Now, I believe, let me just look at marketing, smart campaigns. This is where we have a slew of items. We can do massive emails, but again, for that, any of this, you need to have your picture. Then in lead engine, you have, in lead engine, you have here where it says bulk import. If you have all your information in Google, excuse me, in Gmail, or in if you have any type of browser that you use and you have all your information there, you can grab that information and put it in an Excel, and then you go here where it says bulk import, you press get started, and it will tell you how to get that information in. You just have to upload that Excel, and you can do it by yourself, or you can just wait 3 days, put it through the company, and the company will do it for you. And you just have to follow the step. There's a little video when you click here in bulk import. There's a little video that says do it yourself or let us do it, or let us
Okay.
handle it. Just listen to the video and it will explain to you everything, okay, how
Okay.
to do that. And that's the way I would advise you to do it, through them. It's much easier, much faster, okay. Here we have Open Houses app. Here we have CMA Builder. There's a CMA that you can do it really quick. Also, you just click it. You just go ahead and put the property address, prepared for, who the client is, and you just press build a CMA, okay? They're not the
Okay.
best, but for a real quick CMA, it works, okay? Then in the future, you will learn how to do landing pages, squeeze pages. You will also learn how to use the open house, hosting an open house, how to boost property. Those cost money, but it helps, you know. Then we have here, when you do your website, when you have your picture, this is how we can actually work the website in the back. Okay, we can actually work the work site in the back, so we can help fix things and add things in there. Now in here where it says marketplace, this is where you can buy vanity domain name. Like if you wanted one that says Rosa Alvarez sells Miami, you can buy it through here, okay.
Okay.
If you want, this is the one I was talking to you about right here. You see here that it says the Kite Company individual smart number. This is the one. Here is where you would go, and the only thing you would have to do is add to my KVcore.
Okay.
And then it costs $5 a month. And then it explains, here's a little video of how to do it, how you can use it in the program. It's very easy, very nice to do, and I advise you to get that. Now, all of this other thing is additional items that you can buy, additional programs that you can buy, additional, if you want to have MailChimp, if you phase leads ad, all this costs money. So, I mean, right now you're not making any money.
Right now, no.
I don't advise you. The only thing I advise you to do is to do your the phone. That is it.
Okay.
Business analyzing, again, business analyzing. See, at the present time, pipeline, I have all these contacts, I have all these leads, I have had sales, but it doesn't show. It shows 0. Why? Because form simplicity is not connected to this pipeline. So that is why we're changing to transaction desk, because transaction desk is what this program works with. But because the company thought when they bought it that they would be able to incorporate form simplicity, and they have not been able to. So that's why now, after 3 or 4 years of working with this program, we are now changing and going to transaction desk, because in the future, it will show how many contracts I have, how many close I have. So then it could do an analysis for me and say, wow, you did really good last year, but you're doing really bad this year, or vice versa. You know what's happening. So that is very, very important. Then here again, this is a support center. It has a whole slew of information for you, things that classes, agent courses. I would advise you, after you do the ones in up here, after you do the ones in the dashboard, I would say start that. And then down here you have the learning portal again. Okay. So
I have a lot to learn, a lot of homework.
A lot of homework. My first homework for you is to do your profile. Try to get your profile, the one up here, the one that says your name, and you go in here and you click on profile. That's the first item of the day. That's the most important right now for you to do. You use that picture you have with the red blouse, put your information in, put your Facebook information in, your LinkedIn, Instagram. If you don't have those things, tell your
Do you
granddaughter.
recommend, because I wouldn't like to use my personal Facebook page,
use,
so I have to create a different one, right?
Right, you just tell your granddaughter, because she just goes to your personal one, and there's a little thing that you say, create a business page, and you just have to.
No, my granddaughter is less than 2 months old.
Oh,
I have to tell my daughter, but
your daughter,
anyway, I can figure it out probably.
Right, your daughter. So just tell your daughter, and your daughter can do that for you. Okay, and that's the easiest way. And if you can create an Instagram account, also a business Instagram, and LinkedIn, you can create a LinkedIn account that is for professionals also. So those would be the things that I would advise. And then the next thing that I would advise is going and starting on your sorry. I get lost sometimes.
Starting on the
So
phone or on the
on the lead engine. So you press the lead engine and go to the bulk import and start importing your remember, what you want to do is you want to import friends, people that you worked with before, family, everybody that, because what you can do is you can send them a company newsletter every month, and it talks about really interesting things, and it's really easy, and everybody likes it. I mean, it's not really that it necessarily has to be with real estate. It's something related to real estate, but that everybody would like to know information. Like, for example, if you own a house, how to get your homestead, or insurance, what type of insurance you should have, things of that nature. Okay?
Okay, now let me ask you a quick question.
Sure.
I want to buy something because I'm renting. I don't have a very high income. At this moment, I'm earning like 40,000 a year, and it would be just me. But still, I want to find a residential income because I want, the house to kind of pay for itself. So who do you think I should approach? Maybe Melissa?
Melissa. You should approach Melissa, because she's the one that's going to, she's really good. She's going to tell you, look, you can, or you can, this is this is what there is. She'll check your credit, she'll check everything, and says, look, right now you need to do this, this, and this. And she'll get you right on your goal. She will help you very well. And then after that, that's when we would start, looking, because there is, I don't know what you want to buy, but there is some condos, some, smaller condos that you could probably buy. And
I'm not sure about a condo because of the association fee.
Right. So maybe.
And also because it's more difficult to rent when you live in a condo. I just want a renter to be helping me pay the mortgage.
So maybe a duplex would be the perfect thing for you.
A duplex is what I would look for.
Yeah, a duplex would be perfect for you, because then even if you don't have enough income, when they give the loans, they also count the other income of that property. So it's a good way. And duplexes right now, multifamilies have come down a little bit, not a lot. They have come a little bit down.
That's good.
Yeah, because again, people want, what they're buying is what they're, buying is the houses, and the houses, anything from 200,000 to $1 million is like impossible to find. It is like And if you find it, I think they're overpriced,
Yes.
you know, so. And it also depends where you want to buy it. I mean, if
Yeah, well, my daughter lives very close to Coral Gables. It's not, you know, it's not in Coral Gables. So I want to live to her as possible, but I don't mind, for example, I don't want the heart of Little Havana. I don't want it,
right,
but I know
right,
the area enough to know that some areas of Little Havana, West,
right,
still
right,
good for me.
right,
Nandoa,
yeah,
or,
yeah,
you know,
right,
anything there would be
right.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. So there is, and also near Coral Gables, there's a little pocket there on 37th Avenue, 37th Avenue west. Let me see. No, east of Coral Way. No, east of 37th Avenue, and it basically is US 1. It's between 37 and US 1. That in the middle of that, you find sometimes good deals there.
Yeah,
You might need
I
to
once looked there. I tried to buy a house last year through NACA, but I was very disappointed with them because, you know, they overpromised and
right.
underdelivered.
Yeah,
And I didn't like it because they made me pay for an inspection and the appraisal came low. And I had a lot of hard time getting my deposit back. So
right.
I'm not trying that way anymore.
Yeah,
I'm a first time buyer, so I could try, you know, the other
right.
thing they got.
Exactly. But the thing is that
And
you always have to have an appraisal and you always have to have an inspection. If you
yeah,
do
I know that.
those,
But you know, being inside the business, I feel that I will be able to realize a little bit more
right,
because I was led by, I feel that she was a very unscrupulous rental, you know,
person.
person, not rental, I mean real estate agent, because she just wanted the money and she made me think that it was possible, and it was
Right.
not. It was a very expensive house. It was a triplex, but I mean, it was overpriced,
Yeah,
definitely.
that's why I say the first thing, and I teach everybody that the first thing you have to do and the first thing you have to tell your clients, you have to see the mortgage broker or the loan officer first. Before you do anything, before you even start searching for properties.
No, but I had
First
seen
that.
the mortgage broker. I had seen them and they said it was okay because it was contingent on appraisal. But the appraisal, and I feel that the real estate person should have known that that house would not come back in
At
that
that price.
price with the appraisal, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
That's the impression I got. Maybe
right.
I'm being unfair to her, but I think she just wanted, you know, the big commission because it was 595,000 and she was going to
Yeah,
get it.
but I mean, normally, if you see a person that is making 40,000, you know, before you even do anything, that that person is not going to be able to buy a house that is 590,000. You can't. I mean,
Well, it was a triplex, so when they
yeah,
counted how
but
much
still,
I
it's
was going to make in rent, it was possible, but the appraisal was only 529,000
right.
for that house, and that's why they didn't approve it. It was not because of the numbers. The numbers
Numbers
were
were good.
okay,
Yeah, but also
but the
sometimes
problem was the appraisal.
the appraisal, sometimes you also can ask a review because sometimes these appraisers come from who knows where and they don't know the market. And they might see this property and the one next door was sold for 400, but they don't look and they have to look
Yeah,
more. And that's also another, there's so many things with real estate. It's
yeah.
very, it's very hard
Anyway,
to,
this time I'm gonna get it, and after I get my house, I'm gonna sell people houses. You know, maybe not. I'm not doing it full time, so and I cannot